Have you ever had that moment? You've got this brilliant strategy, right? A really innovative plan.
hmm
And then when it actually comes time to do the work, it just unravels.
Oh, absolutely. That gap between the big idea and the messy reality of execution. It's incredibly common and frustrating.
Yeah, the best ideas, they just falter if that groundwork isn't solid, if the fall through isn't disciplined.
Exactly. So many teams know what they want, but the how to execute consistently, that's where things often break down.
And that is precisely what we're digging into today. This deep dive is all about a principle we're calling code is discipline.
Right. And it's not just, writing tidy code, it goes deeper.
Much deeper. It's inspired by Sun Tzu, actually, his ideas on method and discipline. We're exploring how these rigorous practices in software aren't about restriction. They're actually the key to freedom and real success for engineering teams,
Yeah, for this, we've looked at quite a bit, articles, research, perspectives from modern software leaders, really focusing on how you turn that feeling of daily chaos.
which is so draining.
Totally. How you turn that into reliable, predictable delivery.
So our mission here is to give you a kind of shortcut to understand how disciplined coding practices, things like CI/CD pipelines, solid testing, thorough code reviews, how they become the absolute backbone of a resilient team.
And it's not just technical. These things amplify morale. They impact hiring. It's broader than you think.
Get ready for some hopefully surprising connections. Ancient wisdom meeting today's tech headaches.
Should be interesting.
Okay, let's start with Sun Tzu. The art of war. It's not just grand strategy, is it? It's surprisingly practical.
Very practical. His method and discipline, back then it meant command structures, organization, drills, making sure the army functioned reliably, especially under pressure.
Every part working together.
Precisely. And he had that powerful quote, "The consummate leader cultivates the moral law and strictly adheres to method and discipline. Thus it is in his power to control success."
Wow, that really hits home. Even the best plan is, well, useless without disciplined execution.
It's a timeless truth. Applies perfectly to engineering today.
So how does that translate? Method and discipline in tech.
It means well-defined processes, consistent habits, high standards for how you build and ship software.
Right, so the code itself, it's like a mirror.
Exactly. It embodies the team's discipline. Clean, tested, reviewed code shows rigor. Messy, untested code that reflects chaos. Simple as that.
But isn't there resistance sometimes? Doesn't discipline feel restrictive, stifling?
That's the common misconception, yeah. People hear discipline and think rules, bureaucracy. But the insight here is that it actually creates freedom. Freedom through structure.
How so?
Well, when your code base is disciplined, solid CI/CD, good tests, proper reviews, your team is free to iterate quickly, confidently, without that constant fear of breaking everything.
Ah, okay. Like a really well-trained sports team.
Perfect analogy. They drill fundamentals relentlessly. Not to kill creativity, but so execution becomes second nature under pressure. They can just play with confidence.
And we see this in the real world, right? The big tech companies.
Absolutely. Look at Netflix. Thousands of deploys a day. That's not chaos. It's extreme discipline through automation and testing.
Or Etsy, going from deploying every few weeks to, 50-plus times a day?
Yeah, and that wasn't magic. It was a deliberate, focused investment in CI, in a culture of testing.
Yeah.
That kind of speed and reliability. It's built on discipline.
Okay, so discipline brings freedom and speed. What's the enemy then? What stops teams from getting there?
Ah, the enemy of the weak, as it were. We call it push and pray development.
Chuckles. I think I know this enemy. Sloppy, undisciplined coding, fragile systems.
You got it. Picture a team, maybe growing fast. JavaScript shop, cloud native app, Node backend, React frontend, AWS, Azure, you name it.
Yeah, lots of pressure to ship features yesterday.
Exactly. The real enemy isn't the competition. It's the internal chaos that comes from cutting corners.
So what are the first signs, like the early warning signals that discipline is breaking down?
Well, the most obvious one is the push and pray deployment itself. Basically, no real CI/CD.
Right, straight to main, manual deploys.
Bingo! Often late at night, or worse, on a Friday, fingers crossed, if something breaks. Hotfix directly in production, no rollback plan, no systematic testing, just anxiety.
Sleepless nights indeed. And that usually means testing and reviews are getting skipped too.
Almost always. They tell themselves it speeds things up, but it's such a false economy. Bugs slip through. Every release feels like Russian roulette.
That hour you saved costs 10 hours later fixing the mess. Brutal.
Totally. And then you get inconsistent processes. Every dev has their own way of doing things, different build scripts, different deploy methods. It's death by 1,000 cuts. Small inconsistencies just pile up.
And nobody owns the pipeline?
Often, no clear accountability. So when it breaks, and it will break, it's just panic. Frantic Slack messages, manual undocumented fixes, confidence just evaporates.
And that's where the tech debt really bites.
Oh, yeah. Tech debt with a really nasty interest rate, all those skip tests, rushed reviews, quick hacks, they make the code base fragile, harder and harder to change.
The irony being, trying to go fast makes you incredibly slow later on.
Precisely. And the worst part, the culture it creates, that reactive firefighting mode.
Where everyone just accepts that bugs happen and deployments are painful.
Yeah, constantly reacting, patching, never proactively improving. We've seen teams grow, add people, but without adding discipline. Incident rates spike. Engineers get scared to release anything. Deployment anxiety becomes the norm.
Morale just tanks.
Absolutely tanks.
Right.
Good people start looking elsewhere. But here's the thing, the hope. This is a common phase. And this enemy, it can be beaten.
Let's make this concrete. Tell us a story, maybe about Team Fusion. A composite, but realistic.
Sure. Team Fusion. Started small. Building a B2B inventory app, Node.js, Angular, then some React. Simple setup, one repo, easy manual deploys. Worked okay at first.
But then they grew.
Yep. Grew to 8 devs, quite a few junior hires. Started breaking things into microservices, more complexity. But their practices, they didn't keep up. Still mostly manual, inconsistent.
Okay, paint a picture. A week in the life of Team Fusion. In the chaos phase.
All right. Monday, junior dev merges a front-end change. Forgets a related back-end API tweak. No automated tests catch it. Code review. Quick glance, LGTM.
It's good to me.
Yeah.
Famous last words.
Chuckles, pretty much. QA finds a partial break later. A senior dev stays late, manually hotfixes production. Crisis averted. Sort of.
Okay, Tuesday. Deck.
That hotfix, unintended side effect, broke the search function. Another hotfix. The pattern emerges. Push code, break something, scramble, patch. They're fixing forward. Rolling back is too hard.
Wednesday. Still messy.
Oh, yeah. Tech lead, let's call her Alice, says, okay, no more cowboy coding, tests, reviews. A dev tries, opens a PR, adds tests, runs the existing test suite, half fail, flaky, outdated, ignored for ages.
So what happens?
Dev gives up on the old tests, merges after a superficial review. Predictably, more production issues later that day.
This sounds exhausting. Thursday. Please tell me it gets better.
Nope. Big customer demo Thursday afternoon. Morning deployment, including Wednesday's shaky code, causes errors under load. Why? Improper database migration. Wasn't scripted, never run on the broken staging environment. Total panic, all hands on deck, frantic fixes just minutes before the demo. They just pull it off. Pure luck. Stress levels are through the roof.
And Friday. Intervention time.
You guessed it. Management steps in. CTO is not happy. Demands reliability. The team finally agrees. Halt features for a sprint. Focus only on fixing the process, installing discipline.
Morale must have been terrible.
Rock bottom, people talking about burnout, looking for other jobs. They had this saying, running on luck and adrenaline, and both are running out. Something had to give.
So this is the turning point. Alice, the tech lead.
Yes. Alice calls a meeting, lays out a plan. She actually had an old copy of Sun Tzu, points to it and says, by method and discipline we shall prevail. A bit dramatic maybe, but it set the tone.
I like it. So what was the plan? What were the key battlegrounds?
5 main things. First, establish a proper CI/CD pipeline. No more manual deploys. They set up GitHub actions. Every commit to main triggers, automated build, automated tests.
The gauntlet.
Exactly. Code doesn't reach production unless it passes. And deployments themselves, scripted, repeatable.
Okay, second.
Second, no code goes unreviewed rule. Every single change, even small ones, needed review by at least one teammate. Pull requests, branch protection, and forks.
Catching mistakes, but also mentoring.
Huge mentoring opportunity. Seniors guiding juniors through reviews. The whole team started leveling up.
Third point, testing, I assume.
Yep. Third, write some tests and fix the broken ones. Not 100% coverage overnight, but new features got basic unit tests. Critical broken tests, like for authentication, got fixed, often using pair programming. The mindset shifted. Testing became part of being done.
Catching a bug before production must have felt good.
Like a massive victory, yeah. Fourth, continuous deployment, but with guardrails. They moved towards CD, set up a staging environment, a real replica of prod. Passing builds deployed automatically to staging. Smoke tests ran there.
But not straight to production.
No, human bait. Alice, or whoever was on point, pushed a button to promote to prod. During business hours, deployments became Boring.
Boring is good here.
Following is fantastic, high confidence, no more 9 p.m. Friday fire drill.
Okay, and the fifth point.
Fifth, ownership and transparency. They created a rotating build captain role, someone responsible for watching the pipeline that week. Plus, a simple dashboard, a Slack bot posting build status, test coverage, made problems visible, created social pressure to keep things green.
That makes sense. So the initial push must have been tough, delaying features.
Yeah, product folks weren't thrilled initially, but after just 1 month, real, tangible improvement.
Like what? What was the first big win?
The first truly normal deployment. A new feature went through the whole pipeline, built, tested, reviewed, staged, deployed midday Wednesday. No drama. Someone literally said, wow, this feels strangely calm.
Chuckles. That's a huge win for morale right there.
Massive. Deployment stopped feeling like a tightrope walk.
And bugs. Fewer fires to fight.
Significantly fewer production incidents. And when something did slip through, it was way easier to find the cause. Better logging, monitoring, plus automatic rollbacks were now possible. That do no harm principle.
What about the code base itself? The tech debt?
Started shrinking, slowly but surely. Writing tests, refactoring bit by bit. The code became more robust. Developers weren't afraid to touch things anymore. The fortress was being reinforced.
And the team vibe, confidence, culture.
Big bounce back, pride in doing things professionally. Juniors learned a ton. They even joked, no code before its time, meaning quality first. Overall velocity actually increased because less time was wasted on broken releases and fixes.
Trust improved.
Trust between engineering and management, yeah. And engineers could actually switch off on Friday. That peace of mind, priceless.
That's a powerful story. It shows it's possible. Moving from fear deploys to safe deploys.
It really is. We see teams implement this stuff. CI/CD, testing and deployment frequency goes up, incidents plummet, developer happiness increases. It works.
So for leaders listening, or anyone wanting to bring this discipline, let's talk toolkit, practical strategies. It's not about yelling orders, right?
Definitely not. It's cultivation, gradual change. And number 1 is lead by example.
Walk the walk.
Absolutely. Write tests yourself. Comment your code. Follow the process you want others to adopt. Teams mirror their leaders. Research even shows disciplined leaders hit goals 50% more often. Actions over words.
Okay, that makes sense. What else? Define done.
Yes. Collaboratively define a clear definition of done. What exactly does it mean for work to be complete? Test coverage. Review approved. Documented. Deployed to staging. Get team buy-in. Put it in your PR templates. Enforce it.
And if a team's starting from scratch with CI, it can seem daunting.
Start small, but start now. A basic CI pipeline. Maybe just linting and unit tests at first. The key is a tight feedback loop. Minutes, not hours. And treat build failures seriously, like a stop-the-line event in manufacturing. Fix it immediately.
It's like that relentless drill sergeant. And mentorship, especially with junior devs.
Crucial. Discipline isn't just tools, it's learned behavior. Encourage seniors to mentor juniors. Pair programming, lunch and learns, constructive code review feedback. Turn individual knowledge into team habits. It pays off huge dividends in performance.
Makes sense. And automation, using tools to help.
Yeah, automate the guardrails, make the discipline path the easy path. Branch protection in Git, pre-commit hooks for linting, bots checking PR descriptions. Treat the pipeline itself like a product, give it owners. Track its metrics, keep it healthy.
And it's not all 6, right? Carrots too. Recognition.
Yes. Reward and recognize quality. Publicly praise a great test suite, a smart refactor. Signal that quality matters just as much as shipping features. Recognition boosts motivation, helps keep good people.
Finally, empowering the team itself. Pure accountability.
Definitely. Foster a culture where it's okay, even encouraged, for peers to constructively point things out. Hey, maybe we should add a test here. Rotating roles like that, build captain help. Discipline becomes part of the team's identity.
The tactics might vary, startup versus enterprise.
But the principles hold true.
Right. So let's zoom out one last time. Thinking beyond just code. The team as a system.
Yeah, it's a useful lens. A team is a system, people, communication, culture. Disciplined code makes a resilient tech system. Disciplined team culture makes a resilient organization.
So inconsistent habits, like always being late for stand-up, that's like messy code style.
Kinda, yeah. Or poor communication, unclear roles, that's like bad interfaces between software components, causes friction, errors.
What does team-level discipline look like then?
Things like structured onboarding, team wikis, regular knowledge sharing. It prevents that bus factor where only one person knows how something critical works. It's training the whole unit.
In handling mistakes, like incident reviews.
Blameless postmortems. That's a key discipline. Methodically learning from failures, not assigning blame, focusing on system improvement. That's continuous improvement at the team level.
And it all comes back to morale and trust, doesn't it? Chaos breeds burnout. Discipline builds confidence.
Absolutely. Developers feel safer when the process protects them, tests catch their mistakes, reliable deploys prevent outages, stakeholders trust the output. You build that esprit de corps.
But it's crucial, isn't it, to distinguish discipline from just rigidity.
Hugely important. Discipline is not bureaucracy or micromanagement. Done right, it frees people. If CI handles the boring checks, devs focus on creative solutions. Efficient rituals mean more time for deep work. It empowers agility.
It reminds me of that Sun Tzu quote again. Put themselves beyond the possibility of defeat.
Exactly, and then waited for an opportunity to defeat the enemy. A disciplined team avoids the self-inflicted wounds, the big outage, the failed launch. It focuses on winning by not losing first, building resilience.
Okay, let's wrap this up. The core message here feels pretty clear. Code is discipline. Stern, maybe, but wise.
It is. As a leader, cultivating that culture where the code base is cared for meticulously, tested, integrated, that creates the environment for effective execution.
Because it doesn't matter how brilliant the vision is if every deployment is just rolling the dice.
Precisely. Discipline is the bridge between that vision and actually making it happen reliably.
So here's a final thought for you listening out there. Whether you're leading a small team, maybe wrestling with JavaScript chaos, or you're a new tech lead with eager but green developers, remember this: method and discipline, they're your allies.
They might not get the loudest applause in the sprint review,
But they win those quiet, crucial battles, the ones that make the big, loud wins possible. By sticking to method and discipline, you really can gain control over success. Not through force, but through steady, relentless good practice.
And when you get there, your team can do amazing things. Ship faster, break less, sleep better.
And maybe, just maybe, deploy on a Friday afternoon with actual confidence. Imagine that.